A year ago, the GMs in the WNBA had a survey. 50% of them said Caitlin Clark would be the player that they would want to start their franchise with. Just 12 months later, the story is way different. It's way different. And Caitlin Clark only made it on to 20% of the ballots from this year's GMs. In fact, Paige Bueckers was number one at 33%. If you were starting a franchise today and could sign any player in the WNBA, who would it be? They got Paige Bueckers. This is the work of the Indiana Fever front office completely destroying the reputation of one Caitlin Clark. Let's talk about it. Hit the intro. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. You know what to do. Comment on this video. Leave your thoughts. Like the video. Hype the video. Subscribe to the channels. I do very much appreciate it. But this is utterly crazy. Utterly crazy. Nuts, in fact. Someone has to explain to me what the hell you see in Paige Bueckers that would make you want to start a franchise around her. Let me remind you. If I have to do so, I will do so right now. This crap is crazy. Last season, the player that they have now decided that they want to start a franchise with, trade for right now, these general managers, $10 and $34. 10 and 34. $10-34. The year before that, Caitlin Clark's rookie season, she brought her team to 20 and 20 and a playoff berth. But you would rather start your franchise with Paige Bueckers over Caitlin Clark because Caitlin Clark had an injury last year? You do recall that Paige Bueckers suffered some injuries while she was at UConn, right? She is susceptible to injuries herself, right? But this list is crazy. Let's take a look at some of the other things they had on this list. But this is the doing of the Indiana Fever front office, finding a way to destroy and discredit one Caitlin Clark. They so desperately do not want her to be the face. They so desperately want to take the shine away from the star. It's crazy. These are the predictions from this GM poll. And you can't vote for your own team or personnel. Predicted to win the championship again, Vegas, no argument. A'ja Wilson, MVP. I ain't going to argue it. Last year was Napheesa Collier. Last year, Minnesota. As you can see, last year, Caitlin Clark, 50%. Now you got Paige Bueckers at 33%, despite going 10 and 34 as a rookie. 10 and 34. The Dallas Wings improved by one whole game, despite having 4 more games to play. 4 more games to play, but they won only 1 more game. So really, they were actually better in 2024. Basically the same. They won 1 more game. 227 winning percentage to 225 winning percentage. Which player forces opposing coaches to make the most adjustments? Wow, we have put it to the point where Caitlin Clark doesn't even get a vote anymore. She doesn't even get so much as a vote. Last year, Caitlin Clark was number 2 in that category. In fact, let's do this like this. Let me do this. So y'all can see this side by side and see how this franchise managed to turn this shit upside down. I can't share both. Actually, let me do this. Let me do it this way. It's crazy. They have managed to do this in a year, bro. In 1 year, they've managed to they've pulled it off. They have discredited the face of the league. All right. So here we go. We're going to do a comparison. So as you can see, last year was Minnesota, New York, Atlanta. This year's, Minnesota, New York, Indiana, Vegas. Now it's Vegas, New York, Atlanta. Asia, Nafisa, Asia, Caitlin, Brianna. Caitlin gets some votes still. Paige, Caitlin, 50%, Asia, 33%, and also receiving votes. Most adjustments. Last year was Asia at 33%. This year it's 60% Asia, 13% Liz Thomas. Caitlin Clark also got some votes. The player that you're still actually, let me put my face on this thing. The player that you're still actually guarding 94 feet is no longer in consideration. Breakout season, Malanga, Rakea Jackson, but last year was Satu Sabali. Best point guard in the league. Last year was 50-50. Caitlin and Chelsea Gray. Now Caitlin sucks at point guard, apparently. Apparently, Unrivaled has convinced the world that Chelsea Gray is the elite point guard of the WNBA, despite only averaging 5 assists. Motherfucker. This is not Unrivaled because they won the championship. Therefore, Chelsea Gray is XYZ. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here. So now it's Chelsea at 73%, Caitlin at 20%. Oh, but yet you want to start your franchise with Paige. Paige ain't even a fucking point guard. She's a combo guard. She's not even a real point guard. Best shooting guard last year, 33%, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin McBride, Sabrina. This year, the best shooting guard is now Jackie Young, and Caitlin Clark don't even get votes. Motherfucker. Caitlin didn't even get any votes. Now Jackie Young, 16, 5, and 5, best shooting guard. Motherfucker. But Paige Bueckers is also his best shooting guard, 20%. I mean, make up y'all minds. What position do these people play? Kelsey Mitchell. Sabrina. Alicia Gray. Best forward last year was Nafisa Collier and Asia Wilson. This year it's Asia Wilson, Collier, Stewart. Best center, Asia. This year still Asia. She went up. I don't even know how they had Brittany Griner still on that list. Which team made the best moves this offseason? Indiana last year. Oh my God. You know what's funny? What a disaster that ended up being. They were so wrong about that one, as were all of us, as we all were. Dallas was second. This year, Dallas made the best offseason moves. What the fuck are you talking about? How? Because they drafted AZ Fudd? Yo, y'all crazy, bro. Washington had the best offseason. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Atlanta number 2. I'd put Atlanta ahead of Dallas. Player acquisition, biggest impact, Alyssa Thomas. Angel Reese, Gabby Williams. Most underrated player acquisition, Sophie, Ariel Atkins, Carrington. This year it is Ariel Atkins again and Alana Smith, and then Rakea Jackson. So the players got traded for each other. Satu is the most surprising offseason move. This one last year was DeWanna Bonner. You saw how long that lasted. Which team will be most improved in 2026? Last year was Indiana. Chicago went way down. Atlanta ended up being the most improved. Actually, LA probably was because they went up a lot of wins. They went up from 8-32 to 21-23. That was the biggest jump. I mean, Atlanta did win 30, but the year before Atlanta won. Actually, no, Atlanta was number one. Atlanta actually had a bigger jump. Atlanta had a bigger jump. Why'd that go there? 2026. GM survey. Let me bring this back up. All right. Let's go back. This year they think Dallas will have the biggest jump, and then Chicago and LA again. I don't know that LA is going to get much better than they already were. You think Dallas is going to have the biggest, be most improved? On what? Rookies. Rookie of the year. Olivia Miles, AZ Fudd, Flau'jae Johnson. They don't have Lauren Betts on this list? Jesus Lord. Stupid. This is so stupid. Best player in 5 years. Last year was Malanga. This Awa fam. Oh, she might have to be in the league to be that, right? Rookie with biggest steal and where she was drafted in the draft. Nell Angloma, Tanaya Latson, Flau'jae Johnson. How was Cody McMahon not number one on this list? How is Lauren Betts not on this list going at number 4? Flau'jae was not drafted at number 16. She was drafted at number 8. Tanaya Latson at 20. How is Cody McMahon not here? Come on now. Best international player, Jonquel Jones. It's still the same, just gone down a little bit. Which country outside the U.S.? France, still France. Best defensive player, Asia. Best interior defender, Asia. Best perimeter defender, Gabby Williams. Best defensive team, Golden State. Best head coach, Cheryl Reeve, remains the same. Best manager, motivator of people, Becky Hammond. Last year was Cheryl Reeve. Head coach, best game adjustments, Cheryl Reeve, remains the same. Best offense, Cheryl Reeve, remains the same. Relocated coach made the biggest impact. Last year it was Stephanie White. Yeah, not really. Sandy Brondello. Eric Tybalt, best assistant. They didn't have that question last year. Which active player will make the best head coach someday? They still have Chelsea Gray in both. Retired player who isn't coaching. Okay, blah blah. Let's see if anything else that matters here. Yeah, nothing else. Okay. So last year, best leader. The best leader. They got Natasha Cloud as one of the best leaders last year. That's crazy. Nobody wanted her. Best basketball IQ. Last year, Caitlin was second. Now apparently she has no IQ. I mean, they have single-handedly destroyed Caitlin Clark's reputation league-wide. They still got Chelsea Gray, but they want taking the last shot. I don't understand that. This ain't. I don't even understand that. Folks, the Indiana Fever's front office has found a way to discredit and dismiss and devalue their best player. Face of the league. And you wonder why the fan base has completely turned on the franchise at this point. It's crazy, man. What are y'all thoughts, man? Leave y'all thoughts. I want to hear it. Like the video, subscribe, comment. hype the video. This shit's nuts. But par for the course. That's all. Y'all have a good one. Her Game, Her Way, Women's Basketball, Indiana Fever Unfiltered. Come on now.